We are not too far now from our next customer pickup. Little busy zones down here in Little Italy. So we'll see how this goes. If we've got a fun customer, then we've got a good fun conversation. If not, then we can see, depending on how the trip goes, a good educational voiceover style video. So let's do this. Perfect. There you go.
Go, 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 go. Good boy.
Awesome. All right.
How are
How's your
you?
family? I'm good. Yourself?
Good. Thank you for picking us up. I
Yeah,
know
my
it's
pleasure.
only a short little ride.
Hey, no problem. I saw so many people waiting, and I had no idea which one was you.
There was like three Teslas.
Yeah. Oh man.
All like three gray Teslas.
Yeah, we are taking over. All right, everybody, here we go with another voiceover, given that these customers were not the talkative type in the sense of Tesla or self-driving or the typical customer reactions type of conversation. Instead, we're going to look at this trip being another rather short, simple trip where there really is no actual turning in the sense of changing streets. We're going essentially in a straight line, navigationally speaking. Now, this goes pretty well for the most part, but the point of these videos, especially given the thumbnail, the titles, or whatever about these being failures, is to highlight what exactly is the drawback, or not a drawback, but rather the limiting factor for making this a reliable service. I've constantly talked about how good this system is getting over time, you know, through other tests, whether it's the Gauntlet or the La Jolla Scramble or Downtown Shuffle, which I want to get back to soon, as well as conversations I've had with customers and the impressing maneuvers that the vehicle does that blows people's minds and brings you the content that you all love. However, on an entirely different metric, looking ahead to this being a reliable means of transportation for the everyday person, it's an entirely different story right now. I've even had discussions with several people who have noted, you know, that they're experiencing far less disengagements, so far more trips that they're taking are actually successes or zero disengagement, zero interventions. It's getting so good. It's this, that, and the other. It's amazing. What I'm here to tell you is that in my actual real-world experience with actual customers like this, it's an entirely different scenario. As beta testers on our own, we're pretty used to some of the wonky things that the system can do, especially if we've done this for a very long time. So it can be a little bit easier to give a pass, so to speak, when it comes to an excessively uncomfortable maneuver or something that's really sloppy. And getting into the correct mental framework here is probably the most important thing, because you can't think like a beta tester that's been doing this forever and is used to a lot of the weirdness, or as a viewer who's followed this for many years, like even I have, starting with Dirty Tesla and Whole Mars, and you know, Omar does a lot of drive showing how good it is in his area. No, it's more important now to try to put yourself in the mentality or in the correct mental framework of a customer, of somebody who has no idea what this is like, or is just simply expecting to have a simple, comfortable trip from A to B. And it's that correct mental framework for understanding this as a future service, a level 5 service, that will help you understand my critique here. So coming up, the issue that you're going to start to realize as we get very close to our destination is similar to the last video. We're not getting over. We're staying in this middle lane. Now, to beat some of you to the comment section that I've had to correct already, using the turnstock does not count here. Again, you have to be in the correct mental framework for this as a service, which would be with no driver. So for me to use the turn signal stock to avoid a disengagement in favor of an intervention, it's a moot point. They're both failures in this regard because I, the driver, have to get involved and hit the stock to get the car to change lanes. This is the same answer I get to people when it comes to the 80s split, saying that if I use the turn stock that it'll work. But no, so I get over on my own here because I can't wait too long and risk putting us all, the customers included, in an uncomfortable position. So I hope you guys really like this, so let's get back to the car.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, my pleasure. Hope
Sorry
you have a
about
good
the
rest of your day.
situation.
Oh,
Thanks
no.
for your patience and kindness.
It's all good, no problem.
Okay, so too.
Now you know how to get out, too. You too.
Yeah. Have a good one.
Have fun, guys. So there's another case where we got like all the way there, a simple trip, basically in a straight line, and it wasn't gonna get over to the right lane. I couldn't wait too long. I had to make the decision to get over to the right so I could drop off the customers. Again, it's the little things that are gonna hold this back from being ready as a full-blown service. Doesn't mean it's not gonna happen, it absolutely will. I just like to highlight why it is that as a RoboTaxi, I still give this a very low rating, whereas I still praise how good it's getting overall with the different things it can do, the skill set it does have. But as a reliable service, if it were to be active right now with paying customers, it wouldn't be very good for the customers, and it wouldn't reflect well in the reviews or the confidence boosting of self-driving taxis. Not yet. Not as it currently stands. But that's an exciting thing about watching how this does progress, so we can see at a later date in the future how much better it actually gets. So I'm gonna drive around and move on to another customer, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Take care.